Hi, welcome to my lair. I wasn't sure about making this video, and let me explain why. For those who don't know Eugenia, she's a 27-year-old YouTuber who suffers from an eating disorder. She mostly makes videos about makeup, cosplay, try-on hauls, and vlogs. She also streams regularly on Twitch. Because she has a lot of subscribers, and because her eating disorder is obvious to everybody who have eyes that can see, commentary channels and tea channels talk a lot about her. And I don't think that all those videos and those comments focusing on her body and her ED are doing her any good. Like a lot of people, I wish I could help her, but I can't. So I thought the best thing to do was just ignore her. Do not support her and just hope she gets the help she needs. But I would still look occasionally if things got better for her. And it was while I was doing that I noticed a YouTube phenomenon that caught my interest. I don't know if you have noticed, but every time there's an extreme movement happening, soon after there's the opposite movement showing up. Like we got extreme vegans who call you a psychopath for eating bacon and eggs for breakfast, and then bam, carnivores who only eat raw meat became a thing. What I saw happening on YouTube was something similar. Tea channels were talking about Eugenia, making multiple videos in rows, nitpicking everything she did or say, or like we say in French, looking for lies where there aren't any. They came up with a bunch of crazy narratives, almost conspiracy theory worthy, and we'll talk about them like they were proven facts. And then other videos started popping up defending Eugenia and calling out the tea channel for harassing her. When it came to theories, they were the complete opposite. All of them were ridiculous, unproven, and untrue. I looked at that and what I saw was black and white, no gray area. And therefore I decided to make that video to try to bring more nuance to the whole thing. Let's have a look at both sides then. Let's start with body checking. What is body checking exactly? Well, technically, everybody does it. You are obese and want to lose weight, then it's likely you've weighed yourself on a regular basis, took before and after pictures, lifted your shirt to see if your belly had shrunk. That's body checking. You're about to go on a date, so you stop in the mirror to see if the dress you are wearing flatters your body shape. Is your makeup on point? Your hair? Your breath? That's body checking. I could go on, but you get the point. It's not bad per se. The problem comes when it becomes obsessive. According to healthline.com, body checking can become problematic if it interferes with your ability to think clearly or concentrate, takes up too much of your time, make you stop or strictly limit your eating, creates problem in your work, academic, or personal life, causes you to isolate yourself from others, become a way to control fear and anxiety about your body. Now that we know that, let's jump in. Eugenia tends to stream while standing up. One side thinks she's showing her body to her audience and body checks at the same time. The other side thinks she's just standing up to be less boring and that there's nothing wrong there. My take on it is that both sides are probably wrong. Think about it. Eugenia can stream for 6 or 8 hours straight. She has absolutely no fat between her bones and the chair. She gets up because her butt hurts. I used to be obese, and one thing I noticed as I was losing weight was how uncomfortable my mattress was getting. I don't care how expensive or comfortable her chair is. For someone in her state, it's gotta hurt to sit down for too long. Now, while she's standing up, is she body checking? Maybe. Are some psychos enjoying it because they get to see her body? Probably. But is she doing it on purpose? I don't think so. To me, it's more like it's hurting, so she gets up and then the rest get triggers by that. Another thing about body checking is her looking in the viewfinder all the time. One side is saying that it's body checking even when she only looks for a fraction of a second. The other side, well, they didn't really bring it up, so I can't really talk for them. But according to what I said earlier, it is body checking. But is it the bad type of body checking? It's hard to say unless you are in her head. I don't think anybody can really tell. She corrects her hair often, almost always shows the same 3/4 view of her left side in her videos or her thumbnail. In every video, her hair and makeup are perfectly done. We never get to see her in a casual outfit with a messy bun or anything like that. Could be that she's self-conscious about how people see her and just want to make sure we're not seeing some unflattering angle or that her hair is not all over the place. It would make sense considering the nature of her ED and the fact that everybody talks about how she looks all the time. Could also be that she wants to make sure she's not out of the camera or out of focus and that her viewer can see well the piece of outfit she's trying to show them, that the camera is still recording, etc. There's many reasons that could explain why she's looking so much at the viewfinder. It doesn't immediately mean that she's doing the bad type of body checking. People assume that because of her ED, but she is not the only one to do that. There's plenty of other YouTubers that look in the viewfinder all the time, and it's not because they have an ED. Heck, I do it all the time when I film myself. My brain is like desperately trying to make an eye contact with someone, even if that someone isn't there. But the only eyes around are mine on the viewfinder. So I keep looking at myself by mistake instead of looking at the camera. Maybe she is the same, who knows? But I still want to point out there is sometimes where she will do suspicious move. Like when she leans forward to show us her makeup, her collarbone is often more in camera than her eyes. Or when she shows her outfits, she'll do weird moves that accentuate her ribs and how thin her arms are. Could be a coincidence, but I'm pretty sure those are the bad type of body checking people are talking about. Last thing I want to bring up in the body checking category is her Twitter pictures. One side thinks that every picture she posts on her Twitter is body checking or her promoting her ED. The other side thinks she's just posting pictures of herself and nothing more. While the first affirmation may be true, I lean more toward the second group there. She's thin, very thin. No matter the pose she does or the clothes she wears, she'll look thin. Doesn't mean she's body checking or that she's promoting her ED. The same way that just because someone is obese and posting pictures of themselves doesn't mean that they are promoting obesity or feeding fetishes. So again, maybe sometime it is, maybe sometime it's not. Of Herbs and Altars made a very good video on the subject. I'll link it in the description below. It's worth a watch. She does a really good job at explaining it. I think this is a great way to end the body checking segment. So now let's get into the conspiracies. The first one is the blue butterfly. Eugenia used the butterfly emoji at the end of her tweet. She did that a couple of times. Apparently, it's the symbol of a group. So one side thinks she supports, the other side thinks she's just like butterfly. Eugenia herself says she just like butterfly. So I went on her Twitter to see for myself. First, blue is the only color available on Twitter for butterfly emoji. So if she likes butterflies, she doesn't really have a color choice. I scrolled down her Twitter. In 1 year, she used the butterfly emoji only 8 times. She tweets a lot, uses a shit ton of different emojis, and the butterfly one is far from being the emojis she tweets the most. In those 8 times, some of them had nothing to do with ED. Like her saying feeling blue with a bunch of blue emojis, including the butterfly one, along with a picture of a blue team eye makeup. Others are just vague, inspirational quotes that could be interpreted in various ways. It's easy to be influenced by the fact that she has an ED and see a message in them. It's like seeing the face of Jesus everywhere. Blue butterflies and butterflies in general have a lot of different symbolism, including acceptance, honor, great energy, life, good luck, change, immortality, spirit of the dead, wish granter, joy, happiness, rebirth, resurrection, celebration, awakening, time, bringer of good news, divine feminine energy, peace, harmony, and if it's flying west, it can mean that someone will die soon. And there's even more. The Royal Ottawa Mental Health Center also use a butterfly as their logo. Are they too? Saying Eugenia is because of a butterfly emoji is just a stretch for me. Not completely impossible, but not a proof she's one either. I'm gonna take a wild guess here and say she just likes butterflies. The next one is the box. During her streams, Eugenia will move out of the way a big makeup bin and other EV objects. One side says that seeing people with Eugenia's condition move EV objects is a fetish and that she receives donation every time she does it. I guess you understand what they are implying there. The other side says she's just moving the box out of the way and that there's nothing else to see there. Now, this one is a weird one. What's odd about this is the circumstance surrounding this. The way she moves it is almost theatrical, which really could look like she's doing it because of the fetishes. I'm keeping that in. But I've looked at some clips of it and she doesn't receive donation every time she does it, unlike some people claim. You can have a look for yourself and you will see she doesn't receive donation every time. Maybe she noticed that she was receiving more donation when she moved things around and just started doing it randomly just for extra cash. but it doesn't work every time. Or it could be just a coincidence that she happens to get donation while she is moving the box. But at the same time, she seems to put so much emphasis on moving objects and on their weight that it's strange, and I don't really know what to think of this one. I watched a couple of her streams for making these videos, and I've seen a lot of people in the chat ask her to move around big objects. But at the same time, every time a new conspiracy come up on YouTube, viewers go to her stream to troll her and confront her with that. So I can't really use that info. It's been contaminated. Isn't that ironic that the very same people who want to expose those behaviors end up causing it? Anyway, to close this one, I'll just say it's weird. There. The last conspiracy I want to bring up is her mother. Her mother in general. There's so many conspiracies about Eugenia's mother that it's hard to know where to start. One side thinks that she's using her daughter's ED for money, that she has Munchausen by proxy, and that she's an alcoholic, and more. The other side thinks that this is just blowing things out of proportion. Now, I may disappoint you with this one, but I won't confirm or disprove anything. Those are pretty big accusations and should not be thrown around lightly. Those kind of rumors can be very harmful, but I will admit that there's a lot of things that appear shady about this. The video where Eugenia undressed herself in the middle of a store in front of customers to try a swimsuit is disturbing to me. It's made even worse by the fact that not only is the mother filming, but Eugenia looks super uncomfortable in the video, almost on the verge of tears at some point. This alone for me is a big red flag and is one among many. But it's all it is, a red flag, something suspicious but no proof of anything. So while I don't like where some of those theories are going and how some YouTubers are milking them, I think it would be unwise to dismiss those red flags entirely, like some do. To make things short, I think the best thing to do is to keep an open eye for those red flags. Approach them in a more careful way and stop using them for drama, because sometimes it turns into such a circus show that it's embarrassing. Really, stop. So to conclude, should Eugenia be the platform? Before, I would have said yes, but after thinking over it and gathering more information, my opinion has changed. If you remember, I said in the beginning of the video that body checking was problematic if it causes you to isolate yourself from others. I'm not with Eugenia 24/7, but she doesn't seem to have much of a social life outside of her family and social media. I'm afraid deplatforming her would be doing more harm than good by isolating her even more, considering that people like Nicocado, Avocado, and Ugly Fat Chick are allowed to remain on the platform despite clearly exploiting their ED for views and doing it openly. It would be unfair to do it to Eugenia. I feel the reason why people focus so much on her is because she likes fashion, and this comes with showing outfit, thus showing her body in the process. I understand that she is a for many young people with ED, but no matter what she does, the fact that she is famous alone will make her an inspiration for a lot of people. If she doesn't do that on purpose, it will be people erasing her from the internet just for existing. I don't think it's a great message to send to her or her fan who may suffer from an ED. Let's not forget that there's a high possibility that a lot of comments that she gets during her stream claiming they stopped eating because of her may also be trolls trying to trigger her. With how stupid some people can be, it wouldn't surprise me at all. If she leaves social media to take time to take care of her health, it must come from her. We all saw how it went the last time she was forced into it. It didn't work. It was to be expected. Only 21% of patients with AN make a full recovery. I sincerely hope she'll be part of that 21% one day. If there's one last thing I would like to say is please, stop doing the body checking for her. During the making of this video, it was outstanding the number of comments I saw who were explicitly, negatively pointing out part of her body while accusing her of body checking. Do you realize how ironic that is? I don't know. If you absolutely want to comment something, maybe comment on the fashion for once. Anyway, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed the video and the speed painting. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye.